I haven't done this in a very long time, and it's really obvious because I couldn't remember where the record button on my camera was. Hi! So you know how I said that I was going to make something soon? Apparently after a month. There's a lot that has been happening, of course. That's the reason I kind of disappeared. Anyway, I'm very busy with my job, which is a writing job, which I will talk about in a future video because I don't want to bore you with that right now. I said that there were some things that had changed and some announcements to make. And so this is the first video in a series of making announcements, I guess. I kind of noticed in the last video, the little preview video, that, you probably can't read it, maybe you can. That's a save the date for my wedding. Luis and I are getting married. And this is my ring, which you probably can see. It's a peridot on like a flower-shaped silver band. He proposed to me last summer in June, and I'm just now telling you about it. But yeah, so we're getting married this October at a place kind of close to where we live, but it's a place by a lake, so it's like really pretty outdoorsy stuff. I'm hoping that if it doesn't rain we can get married outside, but if it does rain we'll have to get married in the reception room, and that's fine. He took me to DC, which is the place where we went on our first date, and he took me to several of the places that we've been to on our several dates when we first started dating. 5 years ago, that's another thing. We've been together for 5 years now. That was Valentine's Day, that's our anniversary. And that's when I was like, you know, I should make a video, but I don't really have time to make an actual video, so I should make a little like sneak preview. So that's what that was. But yeah, our anniversary happened and we've been together for 5 years. I know that Christina Horner has been with her fiance for about 5 years too, so that feels kind of freaky and cool. Because, I mean, Christina Horner and the 5 Awesome Girls are the reason that I started making these videos. These like lackluster, not as good videos. So yeah, he took me to DC, and he was like very rushed, like, come on, let's go, and I was like, well, this is unusual. And we went to a restaurant that we went to, I think around my birthday or maybe one of our anniversaries. I actually can't remember, but I know that we only went there one time for a special occasion. And we started there, and then we got into an Uber, which I also thought was a little suspicious because we don't usually Uber around DC. And he took me to the place where we had a first kiss, which is the African American Civil War Museum, which is weird and kind of hard to explain. And then he took me to a whole bunch of other places that were like significant in our like early dating history or whatever. And then finally we were at the FDR Memorial, which is my favorite memorial in DC. We sat on a bench kind of away from everyone else, closer to the water and surrounded by birds and squirrels in the trees. And he took out the ring box, and it was a clear ring box, so I could see what it was right away. And he like put the whole ring box into my hand, which I thought was really funny and cute, and so him. And he asked me if I would marry him, and I was like, of course. And then I put it on, and it didn't fit me perfectly, but I wore it anyway, and I just like walked around DC with my hand in a fist so that I wouldn't lose my ring. And then I've since, of course, gotten it resized, and it's a little loose, but that's because when I'm wearing my wedding ring with it, it'll be up here, and it will not move as much, so I wanted it to be a little loose. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. Also, you have to remove your engagement ring and put it on your other finger during the wedding ceremony. Anyway, that's boring. The point is, we're getting married this October, and it's exciting, and yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now, emotionally, and that's not really what kept me away, because, I mean, there was a lot that I wanted to talk about in regards to that, but I have other things to talk about, and I'm gonna try to make this like a weekly thing, maybe, possibly on every Thursday, because Thursday I have longer time, because it takes him longer to come home, so I feel like I have bountiful time, which is not really true, because it's almost 5 and I haven't really started working yet today. So I will see you next Thursday, hopefully, or at least some point next week. Fingers crossed. I can't really make too many promises, but I have a lot to tell you about, and one of the things I have to tell you about is right below the camera right now. See you next time.